Samuel the Lamanite prophesied of the signs of Jesus Christ's birth. When the signs hadn't come, the unbelievers were mocking the believers and saying, the time has already passed. You guys are foolish for even believing any of the things that guy said. And they agreed that they would put them all to death if the sign didn't come. Nephi was very sad and nervous for his people, and he decided to cry out a prayer of desperation for his people, and he prayed that they would be spared for their faith and not mocked and killed. So in 3 Nephi chapter 1, he's praying to God on their behalf. And God answered and said, lift up your head and be of good cheer, for behold, the time is at hand, and on this night shall the sign be given, and on the morrow come I into the world, to show unto the world that I will fulfill all which I have caused to be spoken by the mouths of my holy prophets. Samuel the Lamanite predicted that there would be no night, and a new star would come into the sky to predict his birth. And then he told Nephi that he was coming that very next morning, and the sign would be given that night. But there was other signs that were happening that the non-believers were not acknowledging. This is important to note because there was miracles and signs unfolding, but because the very specific one that they remembered hadn't come to pass, they were willing to put people to death over it. So when the sign did come, they were astonished. Some fell to the ground and were begging for mercy from God, knowing that this was a sign from God. Some people it changed and some people it didn't. Some people hardened their hearts yet again. Satan was also stirring up the people not to believe. In verse 22 it says, it came to pass that from this time forth there began to be lying sent forth among the people by Satan, to harden their hearts to the intent that they might not believe in those signs and wonders which they had seen. But notwithstanding these lyings and deceivings, the more part of the people did not believe and were converted unto the Lord. There's people who were converted, but there's people that also believed the rumors of Satan. So there's always going to be opposition in all things. When people mock you for your faith, just remember that God will follow through with his promises, just not always in the timing that we expect. Oftentimes it's not in the timing we expect, and it usually comes in the 11th hour. And why does it come in the 11th hour? Not because God's trying to be rude, it's because he's trying to improve our faith. And faith precedes the miracle. When we are patient and we wait and we show our faith, that's when the miracle comes. And Nephi prayed with an earnest heart for his people to be saved, and they were. So God's very aware of us, but he's going to give us opportunities to build our faith as well. Signs, wonders, God's hand, all of that is happening all the time, all around us. But we have to prepare our hearts to be humble. We have to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And how do we do that? We need to be in our word. The pages of the scriptures are unfolding now in the latter days. Prophecies are being fulfilled. We just have to be aware of them and not dismiss them and explain them away and pretend that they're nothing. Miracles are happening today. That's not just something that happened in biblical times. They are happening now.